What's up, everybody? Mary Adele here, and in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to create a landing page for your business using a platform called System.io. So, what is a landing page? A landing page is a one-page website that you basically use to tell people more about a particular product or a particular offer that you're looking for people to subscribe to. So, it might be an ebook, um, a video training or any such thing like that. Probably you have a lead magnet to give away and you want to be able to explain the benefits and other features of that ebook or of that free video or whatever lead magnet or even a free training or a free webinar that you want to give away. I'm sure that you're not hearing about landing pages for the first time. Usually people design landing pages on their own website, like maybe they have a domain name and or a WordPress website, and then what they get to do is that they use their own websites to design landing pages for themselves using different websites, using different WordPress page builders like Elementor and Tribe Architect. But what happens if you don't have a website? You can actually use third-party websites like System.io. There are other third-party websites. We have Seller, the popular Seller that everybody knows. We also have Card.co, and we actually have several others out there. But one of the reasons why I like System.io as a third-party website option is the fact that it's very easy to create, right? And then they also have, aside from being able to design landing pages, they also have sales pages. You can also, integrate it with a payment system and be able to collect payments. And you also be able to, create a thank you page, and most importantly, be able to track all that using Facebook pixels, all right? Because one of the most important things with generating leads or getting people through a funnel is that you're able to track the kind of action that people take on your website. So also in this training, I'm going to be showing you how to also install Facebook pixels on your System.io landing page after you have finish designing and all right. And to be able to add Facebook pixels, it means that you have a good understanding of how Facebook ads work, all right, because the Facebook pixel has to do with Facebook advertising, and um it is what helps you to track the results from your adverts at the end of the day. So if you're new to Facebook advertising, but you would like to know more about it, I actually have a full-blown course which takes you from beginner level to advanced level, showing you how to actually run profitable ads on the Facebook and Instagram advertising platform. So I'm going to be leaving the link to that course in the description of this video so that you can also get to see it and also subscribe to that course. So without much ado, and before I actually go further, I'd like to crave your indulgence to kindly do subscribe to my channel so that you can get to see more videos like this, teaching you how to use different strategies in the online space to increase your visibility and to also increase your profits. All right. So the first thing that you need to do is to come to Google and or any browser you're using and type System.io. By the way, System.io is actually free to create. So they have paid versions, they have the premium versions, but with the free version, you will be able to do a whole lot. All right, so just come to Google and type System.io. All right, and then you'll be able to create your free account, after which you now start to create your design. All right, so here it says get the world's easiest all-in-one marketing platform. And System.io actually goes beyond just creating landing pages. There are a whole lot more you would be able to do with System.io, which I'm not going to be able to talk about in this training because my focus is to teach you how to actually create landing pages. So probably on your own, you can actually get to explore System.io and see what else you can actually get to do with the platform. All right, so that being said, all you just need to do is to come here and then click on sign in. All right, so I'm going to be creating a different, okay, I really may not actually go on to create a new account because I already have an account that I'm going to be using to, do this tutorial with you. All right, but just like I've shown you, it's actually very easy to create an account. Just go to Google and type System.io, click on one of the results, the results you're going to be seeing on the results page, and then it's going to be bringing you to their home page. Then you click on get a free account, and then it brings you here, and then you'd be able to create your account. You require to enter your name, your email address, a password and maybe some other details, but it's not going to be difficult because it's not like opening a bank account, right? So you will be required to put your maybe home address or all of those other verification information that they usually require on some websites. All right, so it's actually very easy to create. So I'm not going to be going through the process of creating a new account. So I'm just going to be using my own account to actually show you how to do this. All right, so after creating your account, it's most likely going to be bringing you to this interface where you're going to be seeing your dashboard. All right, so what you want to do is to come to this list where it says funnels. All right, so you click on funnels and then it brings you to this other place asking you to okay, so because I already have this account and because I already have several landing pages already, so basically you can actually create different or several landing pages with one system.io account. All right, so because I already have several landing pages, it's going to be showing up like this, but for you it may not actually show anything because you don't already have any landing page or any funnel. All right, so you can see I have 3 funnels already, and so for you, all you just need to do is to come to this place here where it says create. All right, so the next thing you're going to be doing is to name the kind of you can actually give it any name. All right, it doesn't matter really, so just give it a name. For me, I'm going to be saying test landing page. So you can actually give it a name that resonates with maybe the kind of lead magnets or the kind of sales or whatever thing it is that you're actually looking to do. All right, so test landing page, and then this is my full domain name, adolemary21.system.io. all right, so after giving it a name, just scroll down and click on save. Okay, sorry, before then you would have to choose what your landing page is about. Choose your funnel goal. All right, so just click on build an audience, which means to collect email addresses and build your email list. For us, actually, we are not looking to build. Okay, for this tutorial, I'm not looking to build a landing page that is going to be helping you to collect leads. All right, because it is not email marketing that I want to show you how to do. All right, basically you might want to create a landing page that directs people to maybe your website, your WhatsApp account where you now get to follow people up and all that. So basically it's just a one string thing. All right, so where you're going to be putting a button, and then the button is going to be containing the link to your WhatsApp, and then when people click on it, they come to message you on WhatsApp, and then you get to close the sales and all that. All right, so you just click on this one where it says build an audience. Then after you've done that, then this button turns green, then click on save, and then it takes you. Okay. Oh, unfortunately, it says my plan does not allow me to create more funnels. This is so unfortunate and so embarrassing, right? So it seems to me that I am just getting to know, right, that there has to be a limit to the number of funnels that I can actually create with a free plan. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to be switching to another person's dashboard, right? Someone else's account that I also help to manage. So I'm going to be switching to that one and then do the tutorial from there. Okay, so just give me a minute and I'll be back. Okay, I'm trying to log out of this. All right, let's do this. I'm going to unpin this. Okay, but thankfully I already created all the important landing pages I wanted to use them to create. All right, so system.io login. So I'll just log into someone else's account and then do the tutorial from there. All right, so if you're enjoying this video so far, kindly give it a thumbs up and drop your comment. Drop any comments you have in the comment section, any questions you have, and I'll be looking forward to answering them. And if you've not yet subscribed to my channel, kindly do me a favor by subscribing. We do videos like this once in a while, showing you how to actually utilize the power of the online space to make money and to create visibility for your brand. All right, so I'll just click on sign in and I'll be able to, unfortunately, Okay, just give me a second. All right, so sorry for that. Um, all right. So gotten someone else's account. So like I said, you go to funnels and so here we only have one landing page yet. So I'll just click on create and then I'll write test landing page. All right. So click on build an audience and then click on save. Great. So it brings us to this place, showing us the landing page we've just created. So all I just need to do is to click on test landing page. All right. Then it brings us to this interface. Now, if you look at this place, you'd see that it's saying squeeze page and thank you page. So what this squeeze page actually means is the first page of the land of the funnel. All right. You know what a funnel means. If you don't know, a funnel is just that stage that your customers go through to become from being strangers to actually becoming buyers. All right. So the first stage of the funnel usually is the landing page. Then the second stage might be the place where they maybe get to check out or maybe get to put their email address, and then the third phase usually is the thank you page. All right. But we are not going to be going into all that because, like I said, we are just creating a simple landing page that directs to WhatsApp. All right. So okay, so it's already clicked on squeeze page. Now, for the squeeze page or the landing page we're going to be building, it actually allows us to select from tons of templates, which is actually a good thing because for some persons or for you, you may not want to design from the scratch. And system.io is actually good for those people who do not actually have much design skills, and they just want to be able to drag and drop things and be able to insert their own elements and all right, and just so you can actually select from any template here. But what I usually do is that, because one thing though, I don't know if it's only for the free plan, but one thing though that I've noticed is that there is no space for you to actually go on to create from the scratch. Like, there is no blank canvas you can actually design from. All right, so what you always need to do is to select a template, and then what I now do is that I now remove all the elements I don't want and then start to insert my own element from the scratch. All right, so I can actually select a template and then go on ahead to remove, to scrap it of all its content and then start from the scratch. So you can actually take that route, or you can decide to just add your own elements and then just be good. All right, so I'm just going to be selecting one template. But before you actually go on, before you actually come to this place, one of the first things you ought to have done is to have written your landing page copy. All right, and a copy is basically everything stating all that you want people to see on your landing page. I'm not going to be going into copywriting in this training, but then you ought to have a good at least some elementary background in copywriting, because that is going to help you to be able to project your interest, the interest of your brand. So sorry for that. So a copywriting skill is going to be helping you to be able to push important buttons, because that is what is going to be compelling them to take the kind of actions that you actually want to take. So if your copy is actually lame, you may not really get results because people will not really, take the action that you want them to take, which is actually to maybe get a your lead magnet, or maybe make a sale. Because even with system.io, you can actually still use it to create a sales page that actually clicks to maybe pay, sorry, what's it called, to seller or to any other payment platform that actually helps you to collect payment automatically, or online and all that. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. But anyways, what I usually do is that if I'm going to be doing a sales page, like I want people to actually buy something through this page, I would usually connect it to my seller account. All right, because seller allows you to collect payment from people. So I'll just connect to my seller account, and then when they click it, take them to my seller account, they can now click on pay now and then be able to make the payments that I want them to take. So essentially, you ought to be able to write in such a way that compels people to take the actions that you want them to take at any point in time. So I'm going to be using a test copy that I'm going to be using a copy that I actually wrote earlier for someone. All right, and then we are going to be using it um for this tutorial. All right, So let me look for a copy I had written for someone and see how we can actually use it. Okay, how we can actually use it for this tutorial. All right. So usually your copy would have a heading, a subheading, and the body text. And let me just breeze into copywriting anyways. So usually if you're going to be creating a landing page, there are some elements that ought to be on your landing page copy, all right? And what are those elements of the copies that ought to be on the landing page? We have the heading, the subheading, the body text, and then there could also be pictures, there could be testimonials, and some other things that you might also want to inject. But these are actually very, very important aspects of a landing page. All right, now you can see here it says free video reviews, the secret to earning multiple six figures as an affiliate marketer. So this is the main heading. And if you're hearing about affiliate marketing for the first time, blah, 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 blah. So this is more like a subtext, all right? But usually I like to give I like to put a subheading at the top, that kind of introduces people into the main heading. I'm going to be showing you what I mean shortly. So I'm just going to be copying these free video reviews, and then I'll show you what I mean by what I'm trying to say. All right. So I'm just going to be selecting this one of these and go into the editor and see what we can actually do. All right, so when you click on a template, it brings you to this place, and then you have to edit some things here. So this place where it says where it has all these numbers, you can actually edit it and maybe put the name of the just name it anyhow you want to name it, maybe allowing it to resonate with what you're trying to actually create. Then this is where you get to copy the link that you're going to be sharing to people. All right, then after you have maybe written something here, like named it, all right, you now have to save it. All right, so click on this place, this first button where it says save funnel step. So click on it and then go on ahead to click on this very one here that says edit page. Then it's going to be taking us to the editor where we are going to be able to edit the landing page. All right, so remember I had actually copied, so this is what it looks like. Now before we actually go into all this, let us look at some elements here, like the elements that we're going to be using to actually do our design. So here we have text. Now remember that this is a simple drag and drop page builder that it's actually and it actually makes everything very easy. So anything you need here, all you just need to do is to put this arrow, bring this arrow close and just hold down your mouse and then bring it down here. So I don't know if this is actually very possible for people who are using smartphones, but you would be able to do this more if you're using a laptop. All right, so just bring it down here and then just drop it. So it's actually very, very easy to use. So we have text, we have headline text, we have bulleted list, we have content box, we have image, video, audio, carousel, columns, row, session, and a whole lot more. So we are going to be taking this one after the other. Then I'm going to be showing you. So basically, this content box is the building blocks, or in fact, all of these things here are the building blocks of the editor. All right. And to start our design, I'm going to be starting by removing this. I'm going to be starting by removing this here. All right. So to remove anything or to delete anything, you just hover over it. So we have different steps actually, that forms the building block of the page. So we have the session, all right. We have the row, and then we also have the menu, like the inner text here. So to delete anything, just bring your arrow to it and then just push it down to where you have where you have the delete option, and just go on ahead to delete, and then it removes everything there. All right, so if you also want to delete this, you can also do that as well. All right, but I'm going to be leaving this because I actually need it. So what I'm going to do is I'll just drag a text to come up above this major text here. So this is like a headline, all right? This is like a headline text. So I actually need a smaller text to be above. So I'll just drag it upward. All right. So you can see now that it brings a smaller text down here. So I actually have this text I want to add, all right? More like an introduction. So it says free video reviews or free video finally reviews. Now for this text that I've brought here, I want to actually, okay. So I want this to be bold a little, like I want it to have a background. So I'm just going to come to, okay, where it says Rosu out. So what happens is that anytime you click on any elements here, it actually shows here, the some other items or some other tools that you can now use to, edit it, that you can use to edit that element. So here you can see that this session has, editing tools here, some editing tools here. So if I drag this, it comes, it changes, right? It changes. So margin means that you are trying to adjust the length. All right, you know what margin means now? Margin is like, the distance between, a particular element and the next, all right, something like that. So if I want to increase the margin, it means that I want to, bring it further down, and then if I want it to just join with the other elements upward, it just closes. All right, so that is that for the session editing. All right, so what I actually want to do is to add a background color to this session or to this place. So what I'm just going to do is to scroll down, and then I'll select a background color. Excuse me. So I'll select a background color, and then I'm going to be selecting black. All right, I'll select black, and then this whole place just becomes black. All right, so for you can actually add any color depending on what you are trying to achieve. So you can see now that it has actually covered this text. So if I hover my mouse over the text here, it's going to be giving me options to also edit the text. All right, so and to edit that, it brings out options here for you to edit. So the first thing you'd see is the font size. So I want to increase the font size a little. All right, so I want to increase it a little, and then you can see that as I drag it, it's actually increasing, but I don't want it to be that bold or that big, so I'll just do this. So I think it's okay. 32 is okay. Then the line height, this actually helps you to, like if there were actually text above, what it helps you to do is to, free up the lines, the spacing between one line of text and the other. All right, but since there is no need for that, I'll just leave this at that. All right, then this one, font type, actually helps you to change the font to whichever one you actually want. Usually what I'll do is to come to Google Fonts, and then from Google Fonts you'll be able to select the kind of font you actually want. All right, so if you have a font in mind, you can actually choose that, but usually I like to go with Montserrat. All right, so with Montserrat you'd be able to, it just makes it it just gives it a kind of feel that I always like. So the text, okay, we don't want a text background color. So all I'm just going to do to actually change the color of this text, and I want to give it red, is that I'll click on this place, and then I'll give it red. All right, so you can see now that against the black background it actually looks popped. All right, so I'm also going to be bolding this. I'm going to be bolding the text so that it just, gives it a bolder kind of feel. All right, so you can see now that this is beginning to make sense. Okay, so free video finally reviews, discover how you can, okay, sorry. Now another thing you also need to take note is that, remember that if you're designing, you're not just designing for laptop people or for people who are going to be viewing on their laptops. You're also designing for people who are going to be seeing this on their mobile phones. So one thing you have to always put in mind is that you want to make the design look, good on mobile phones as well, because the look that it's going to be having on desktop is going to be different from how it's going to be looking on mobile. So actually ensure that you're actually putting up a good design for mobile users as well. Just come down to this place where you're going to be seeing these icons here, and you're going to be seeing, so currently we are designing on a desktop view. All right, but if you click on this small icon here, it brings it to mobile view. All right, so you can see now that what I actually removed when I removed this did not reflect, it didn't reflect on the mobile version. So I'll also have to come to the mobile version and remove it. However, if I had actually saved this earlier, if I had saved the changes, it would have actually reflected here as well. So you always want to ensure that you're also saving your changes as well. So you can see now that on mobile this actually looks a bit smaller. So we want to actually come here and still click on this text, and then we want to increase the font. So you can see that it's still showing 16, but actually the reason why it's still not reflected on this one was because when I was on desktop, I had not actually saved it. So if I had actually saved the changes, it also would have reflected here as well. But let's see if it's still reflecting. So unfortunately it's not reflecting, so we would have to increase the size as well and give it 32 and see how it feels. Okay, so it's too big, so I'll also reduce this as well. So essentially what I'm trying to say is that you want to ensure that the experience is as good for desktop users as it is for mobile phone users as well. All right, so after doing that, just go on ahead to save your changes. All right, and then let's go back to the desktop version and we'll continue from there. So free video reviews, free video finally reviews. Then I'll go back to my copy, and then I'll copy this, the secret to earning multiple six figures as an affiliate marketer. All right, so I'll come down to this place, and then I'll just simply highlight this and replace it with the text I just copied. All right, so the secret to earning multiple six figures as an affiliate marketer. So let me just capitalize some of these words. Okay, multiple six figures as an affiliate marketer. Now there is a way you can actually highlight some of the terms. All right, so I'm going to be showing you how to do that. Now you can also reduce the size of this if it's too large, but I think it's actually okay. But let's check how it looks like. We will get to save it first, and let's check how it looks like on mobile. Okay, the secret to earning multiple six figures as an affiliate marketer. So it's actually okay. So I'll just go back, and then what I want to do is to highlight some of the major text here that I want people to, that I want to draw people's attention to. So the secret to earning multiple six figures, I want to highlight this multiple six figures. All right, so I'll just highlight it, and then I'll come to this color here, and then I'll change the color to maybe red, right? So it highlights just that text, and then I also want to underline it. All right, I want to underline, so I would highlight it, and then I would come to this place where it says underline, and underline, and then I underline it. Then I also want to highlight this affiliate marketer. All right, so I would also change the text. I'll change the text, and then I would also underline it just to draw people's attention to it. All right, so let's see how it looks on mobile, and it looks great. All right, so we'll just go back to our desktop view, and then we'll continue to, so you can see how writing my copy down just makes everything much more easier. All right, so I also want to add another subtext here, and it says, and if you're here, so this is what I'm going to be using for my subtext. All right, okay, so I'll just highlight this as usual, and then I'll enter the text I just copied. So it says, and if you're hearing about affiliate marketing for the first time, so there's another text I'm going to be adding, but let's work on this one. And if you're hearing about affiliate marketing for the first time, okay, let me just put the text together. This step-by-step video guide you're about to watch will expose you to a century-long business, blah 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 blah. Okay, so let me just put all the text together. This okay. So, and if you're hearing about affiliate marketing for the first time, this step-by-step, okay, this step-by-step video guide you are about to watch will expose you to this century-long business and how you too can start, especially on the right foot, to earning multiple six figures. So I can still go ahead and highlight all of these text if I want to. And I can also still go ahead to, give this a background color so that it also pops up, but I don't want to do that. So I'll just leave it at this. One thing is that you don't want you just want everything to blend, right? So don't allow it to be too shouty or too low. Then another thing you can also do is that you can add shadows at the background section of each element you're working on. Like this one now, for instance, what I can actually do is that I'm going to be adding shadows to give it a special effect. All right. Okay, so let's see. So padding and margin is what allows you to either increase the size, um either increase the distance between an element and another element. All right. So let me also reduce this. So I think this looks much better. So to add shadows, I'll just go on to click on this, and then you can actually add different shadow effects. So I'm going to be adding a hard shadow effect, and you can see how this just comes on to makes it pop even more. All right, so I'll scroll down and see what else I can add. All right, so that's great. So let's just go on. I'll come down and all right. So this text also, let's see how I can change. So you want to ensure that for the entire stretch of your landing page, there is uniformity. All right. So you want to ensure that the text, the subtext, and for all the subtext, they are probably the same font size, and the headlines are maybe the same size. So just ensure that there is a level of uniformity. You don't want to use more than one font. All right. So that you can use one font for all the subtext and then one font for all the heading as well. So it just makes everything looks more professional and more better. All right. So what's next here? So okay, this one starts like it starts like a body text. One common problem with every affiliate marketer I have met is the problem of how to consistently make sales. So I'll just copy all of this here. So I'll just copy all of this here, and you can see that where I put pictures and testimonials, I'm going to be adding like pictures and testimonials there actually. So here you can actually add a video if you want. And how do you, okay, let's say for instance that this was not actually here. All you just need to do is to drag a video element, like just click on this one, bring it down, and it just okay, let me remove this and show you how to do it. So this removes that video element that was originally there. All right, so I'll just come to video, and then I'll bring the video down here, and you can, okay, so unfortunately this is coming below, but I don't actually, okay, so let me delete all of these things here. All right, so it brings the video above it. So let's say you want to add a testimonial video, or maybe a video about anything, or even if it's maybe a video that leads to a tutorial you had done, or maybe a webinar or something. All right, so just bring it here, and when you click on the video, it will help you, it will ask you to now add a video element. Then another thing is that you'll be able to select here what kind of video it is you want to add. So just click on direct link, and then usually you have the option to add the video URL. So one thing I always do is that I always put my video up on YouTube before I actually get down to this list. So what I just need to do is to copy the video URL from YouTube and then insert it here. All right, so once you insert a video URL here, so it shows the video that you're actually looking for people, you're actually wanting people to watch. All right, so just remove all of these other elements that you don't want, and then add other elements. Okay, so let's remove this. So if there is any question you have, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section, and I'll be looking forward to answering all of them. So let me just remove all of these things here so that we can add the other text we just, okay. So this is actually very easy to understand. It's very easy to, like they said, practice makes perfect, right? So you want to ensure that you do this repeatedly and be able to get it. So and also one thing you can also do is to look up other people's landing pages and see, in order to get a feel for what they are trying to achieve. And if it is similar to what you're also trying to achieve, you can now model your own landing pages after theirs. All right. So any of these things you don't want, just remove them, and then you can now select from this element here, and then add them to yours. So what I actually want right now is a body text. What I want is a body text. So I'm going to be, okay. So I'm just going to be coming here and then I'll select content box. All right. So bring down the content box. So now, usually this content box is going to be showing, if you don't remove it, it's going to be showing at the end of the, like when people get to see your landing page, it's going to be showing. So you want to ensure that you take it off. All right. So just, hover your mouse over it like this, and then you're going to be seeing where it says header visibility on. So just turn it off. All right, turn it off and then it's gone. So ensure that you're always saving your changes. Okay, so in this content box, I'm now going to bring a text inside. So I'm going to be bringing a text inside, and then I'll be able to add all the text I've just copied. All right. So one thing with content boxes is that it just helps you to okay, like the way I can actually just make this a normal text. Like I can just bring a normal text in here. So basically it's I think it's just a thing of choice at the end of the day. But usually I like to use content box and then bring any elements I want to use inside. All right. So it's just a thing of choice at the end of the day. So you just want to play around with these elements and, you know, see what you can actually achieve at the end of the day. So you can actually push this. So you can see that somehow the space between this last content and this one is looking too wide. So I want to see how we can push it up. So I think we have exceeded all the margins. So let's see if you can do padding. So the padding would help us to move this text upward. All right, so it's okay like that. So let's see what we can do with this text inside here. So what we're going to do is that we are going to space this text out. All right, we are going to be spacing this text out. So we're going to be spacing this text out, and let's see. Okay, so let's leave the text size as at 23. Then the line height, we are going to be increasing. So what this line height does is that it spaces out the um text. All right, so let's see how it looks on mobile. Great. But another thing is that it's going to be making the text look somehow. So when we read through, we can use the enter button to also get a better effect. Now for the text, I want this to be aligned to the right. Like I want it justified. So I'll just scroll down and then I would align it to the right. All right. So all you just need to do is to read through and then see how you can actually adjust. Like if it's a sentence, you don't want it to be spaced out too much, so you can just adjust it and ensure that a sentence stays together, and then if you're starting another text, it just comes down. All right, so one common problem with every affiliate marketer that I have met is the problem of how to consistently make sales regardless of the affiliate network they belong, from Expertnia to ClickBank. So you can see that it doesn't really make sense for them to be spaced out like that when it is actually just a single body of sentence or text or whatever. All right, I just hope you're following. So so after that, you can maybe give this a shadow effect. You can just scroll down and give this a shadow effect. You can also add a background image. All right, so just give this a shadow effect, so you can see that it just pops out the text. And there are actually a lot of elements to play with. So let's say we want to add another thing, like we want to add pictures now. So all you just need to do is to drag this down here. All right, drag this down here, and then you'd be able to add your image. But if you want to add series of images, like you want them to be in a single row, all you just need to do is to, let me delete this. All you just need to do is to use this element that says this column layout. So you can actually add it depending on the number of pictures you want to add together. So after dragging this here, you now want to add images inside. So just come back to media and then drag the image inside each of the boxes, and then you'd be able to add all the images you want. All right, note that it is only on the desktop version that is going to be showing straight out like this. If it's going to be on mobile view, the images are going to be spaced out like this. All right, but it's actually normal because it's a mobile, it's mobile, right? So it's the interface is not going to be as wide as it is on oh, so sorry about this. So I guess that you already understand everything, like you already understand how to use most of these elements. Like I said, you want to just ensure that you are exploring different options. All right. So what I want to quickly do is to show you how to install Facebook Pixels, but I'm not going to be going into the Ads Manager right now to show you how to do that because it's a different tutorial on its own. Like it's going to be more elaborate, and I don't exactly want this to be too wide, all right, to be too long rather. So all you just need to, if you already have a knowledge of how to get pixels, like for people on my Facebook ads course, they already know how to do that because I already talked about it a lot. But probably I'm going to be getting to do it on YouTube as well. All right. So all you just need to do to install pixels is that after copying your pixel code from your Facebook event manager, all you just need to do is to come to settings, and then when you scroll down, you would see where it says sorry, you see where it says tracking, all right? So it says, good morning. Your system don't go. I'm telling you.